DHCP is known as, it is a short form for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. What is the purpose of using DHCP? Before understanding that, you all need to know that whenever we are talking about any PC, if this PC is there in any particular network, if this PC has to be in any particular network, it needs to have an IP address associated with it, right? And I hope you all remember that IP address is 32 bits in length, which we can either assign to the PC statically, or we can assign that IP address dynamically with the help of DHCP server. But this IP should be assigned for sure to this PC. Static method of assigning the IP address is kind of very tedious task, or it is kind of a complex task where the network administrator is supposed to open up every device in the network and assign one IP address to it. So the problem may arise in case you are there in some network which contains just 10 or 20 pieces. That is all right. Suppose this is a small network in which like 6 pieces are connected. Assigning IP address to these 6 pieces will be not a big issue for any of the network administrator. But suppose if this network is of around 600 pieces, practically speaking, it will not be easier for the network administrator to assign 600 IP addresses manually to all these devices, because when you assign anything, assign any IP address manually, or you are doing anything manually, there is still a chance of the error, right? We may do some typing mistake. We may come across some case when you are assigning the duplicate IP addresses to multiple PCs, right? So in all those cases, we cannot keep on using the manual assignment of the IP addresses. So in all those cases, your DHCP will help you out in assigning the IP address to the PCs in a dynamic manner, right? Now, how does this dynamic DHCP work? For understanding the concept of DHCP, you need to understand that how does this DHCP work. For understanding that, let's take one scenario. Suppose this is one DHCP server. This is a DHCP server, and this is there in any particular network. And in that network, suppose we have these type of PCs. This is some one PC I've taken. These type of multiple PCs are there, right, in the network. So whenever there is any new PC which comes into the network, the very first thing that this PC will require is the IP address. Either that address can be the static IP address, or it can be the dynamic one. For today's class, we are talking about the dynamic IP addressing. So I'll tell you that how do we assign the dynamic IP address to a device. For assigning the dynamic IP address to the device, as in when any PC is plugged into any network, there is one request made to this DHCP. At the very first instance, then one request will be generated that is known as DHCP discover. So that PC in itself will generate one request for DHCP discover, right? One DHCP server request will be made. Now, what does this DHCP server, DHCP discover request will do? It will send one broadcast message in the network to know that where is the DHCP server installed, so that that DHCP server can assign one IP address to the PC. So whenever this discover request is made, in reply to that, this is the second reply which you will get from the server, the DHCP server will offer one address to the PC. In that DHCP offer, it will tell you that you can have this particular IP address. Some IP address will be given. Suppose it is x.y.z.a. That IP address will be offered to that PC. Subnet mask will also be told. Along with that, DNS server entries will be told to the PC that these are particular server entries that you can have. Default gateway settings will also be offered to the PC. So when all these things are offered to the PC, in reply to that, the PC will respond back to the server. In that, it is actually, this is known as DHCP request. Actually, it is not a request. It is a reply to DHCP offer. So let's label it as third. So in this third communication which happens between PC and the DHCP server, there is one reply which is sent by the PC to the server, where the system says that yes, I agree on the terms, I agree upon the terms that you have just set, that I am okay to take all these IP address settings that we have set. After that reply is received by the DHCP server, there is one final DHCP acknowledgement which is sent by the server to the PC, which will say, this acknowledgement means that yes, I have received your reply that you will be using this IP address. When all these things are happening in this scenario, ultimately what happens is that PC is assigned one IP address. Now we'll try to implement the same thing with the help of CISCO Packet Tracer. For that, we will make a topology in which we will have a server. There will be one server. That server will be attached with that of a switch. This switch will be connected with the multiple PCs. We will use 3 PCs here. So we need to make this server as the DHCP server. So when we make this PC as the DHCP server, there are a few settings that we are supposed to do. First thing is, whatever is the port number, whatever is the label of this port, we need to assign it one IP address. I am using the IP address 192.168.1.2 and we'll assign the subnet mask also to this, which will appear by default. Then in the server itself, we need to do few other settings. We need that to you. How do we do? Default gateway has to be assigned. DNS has to be assigned. And there is one start IP address that we have to do. Just start doing it on your systems. The first thing that we have to do is we require a server. The servers are available to us in the end devices. You need to go to the end devices. From there, you can select the generic. So we have got a generic server. The second thing that we need is a switch. I'm going in for 295024 switch. Then we need certain PCs. PC1, PC2, PC3. Then we need to have the necessary connections. You can go in for automatic connections. Then after that, you need to go to this server. Are you done with it? Once you're done with this, please let me know. After you're done with that, you need to go to the server, go to the desktop settings of your server. In the IP configuration mode, you need to assign the IP address to the server, which I am taking as 192.168.1.2. Sorry, 1.2. And subnet mask, as you know, will appear by default. Cross it. After you are done with it, you need to go to the server services. In the services, you can see that the server that we have used, it can act as any server. It can act as the FTP server. It can act as HTTP server, DHCP server also. So as of now, we are making it as the DHCP server. And you, in case you want to change the name of that server, you can also change it. Let's name it as DHCP server. That will make the things easier for you to understand. Then you go to the services. You need to give the pool name. Pool name is this is a pool from Like this is a kind of a basket from where all the devices in the network will pick up the IP address, or this is a pool from where the server will assign IP addresses to the device. I am naming it as my DHCP pool. Name whatever you want to name it. Then in the default gateway settings, assign the IP address for default gateway 192.168.1.1, because default gateway generally is the very first address in the range. DNS server here will be the same IP address or as of your port address of your server. It is 192.168.1.2. Now this is the starting range of your IP addresses. Like this, when the IP addresses will get assigned to the PCs that we have used, it will start from here. It will start from here. So, and here the maximum number of users are written as 512. It is up to you how many IP addresses you want to use. So let's take it as 256. Suppose I want to assign only 256 IP addresses. Done. Then you need to add it. Once you are done with it, you need to enable the DHCP services. By default, they are in the switched off mode. They are not enabled, they are disabled. So and you enable the DHCP services, close it. The next important thing that you have to do is go to the PC. In the desktop mode, go to the IP configuration. If you remember from the previous experiments, we used to give the IP addresses here, but this time we will not be assigning the IP address manually. We'll select the DHCP. As in when we select this DHCP, you can very well see it said, first it said requesting for DHCP, then it said DHCP request successful, and immediately one IP address was assigned to the PC. We have not done anything. We just clicked on this DHCP and IP addresses assigned by default to the first PC. Similarly, we can go here, go to the IP configuration, DHCP, requesting IP address, and then you can see that the second IP address is assigned, some other IP address apart from the previous one. That I am doing this thing on every PC, but practically we need not to enable this DHCP. This option is by default enabled on all the PCs, right? So without doing any much of the labor, we are able to assign the IP addresses to all the PCs here.